Hip-hop queens, Salt-N-Pepa talk iconic hits, Sisterhood and Legacy. Scene story. The backstage lounge of the award show glowed with warm gold lights, reflecting off framed posters of hip-hop legends. Salt-N-Pepa stepped inside. Two women who didn't just make history, they rewrote it. Pepa, bold as always, dropped onto the velvet sofa with a laugh. A girl, can you believe they still scream louder for Push It than anything else? Salt smiled, her calm energy grounding the room. It's wild, but beautiful. We wrote that track. In a tiny apartment with no AC, and now, look, 3 generations dancing to it. The interviewer hit record as both women leaned in. The chemistry between them unmistakable. Part sisterhood, part partnership, part pure hip-hop royalty. Your bond, the interviewer asked, has survived fame. Pressure, motherhood, breakups. What keeps you together? Pepa raised an eyebrow at Salt. Tell him, Cheryl. Salt chuckled. Respect. We argue, but we show up. We grow, but never grow apart. Pepa is my sister, blood or no blood. A soft beat thumped faintly from the stage outside, and for a moment they paused, listening. It was one of their own songs. Shoop changed everything, Pepa said, tapping her nails on the table. It let us talk like men talk in songs, confident, sexy, unafraid. And what a man, Salt added. That one was about celebrating strength, celebrating love, celebrating good men, which people don't do enough anymore. The interviewer looked between them, awestruck. Do you realize your impact? Young women in hip-hop call you the blueprint. Salt's smile softened. Legacy isn't about charts. It's about who you lift up. Pepa nodded. And if our music made one girl feel powerful in her own skin, then we did our job. A stage manager poked his head in. Ladies, you're up next. Lifetime Achievement Presentation. Salt-N-Pepa stood, adjusting their iconic jackets. Black leather, bold color blocks, the kind that change fashion forever. Pepa grabbed Salt's hand. You ready? She asked. Salt squeezed back. Always. They stepped toward the spotlight, 2 queens, still ruling, still laughing, still sisters, leaving behind a room buzzing with the echo of their legacy. The backstage lounge hummed softly with the distant roar of the crowd. Salt-N-Pepa sank into the moment. 2 women who had walked through decades of fame, fire and friendship. Pepa kicked off her heels with a dramatic sigh, stretching her legs across the plush carpet. A girl, can you believe they still scream louder for Push It than anything else? She said, tossing her hair back with that familiar Pepa confidence. Salt laughed quietly, the sound warm and nostalgic. It's wild and beautiful. Remember that hot little apartment in Queens? No AC, 1 tiny fan, and we were sitting on the floor, writing lyrics like the world was waiting for us. Pepa snapped her fingers, because the world was waiting for us. They just didn't know it yet. Salt pulled her jacket tighter around her. 3 generations dance to that song now. Babies, moms, grandmas, all doing the same moves. That's legacy. Before they could say more, the interviewer leaned forward, sensing the energy between them. Salt-N-Pepa didn't just share a career, they shared a rhythm, a heartbeat, a story told in harmony. Years of touring, arguments, laughter, and sisterhood lingered in the air like perfume. Your bond, the interviewer asked softly, how has it survived everything? Fame, pressure, motherhood, personal heartbreaks? Pepa turned to Salt with a smirk. Tell him, Cheryl. Salt rolled her eyes with affection. Respect. That's it. We fight, but we show up. We disagree, but we listen. Pep is my sister. Not by blood, but by choice. And that's stronger. Pepa nudged her. Plus, she stuck with me through the crazy years. And you know I had a lot of crazy years. Salt laughed again, shaking her head. We both did. For a moment, they sat in comfortable silence. The thump of a beat from the stage outside drifted in. It was faint but unmistakable, one of their own tracks. They both paused, listening, smiling without needing to say a word. Shoop changed the game for us, Pepa finally said, tapping a rhythm on the arm of the sofa. We flipped the script. We talked bold, fearless, like men had always done. And people loved that we didn't ask permission. And what a man, Salt added thoughtfully. That one let us show our softness, our strength, our appreciation for good love. It celebrated men who uplifted women. And that message still hits. The interviewer glanced at them with wide eyes. two icons who carried their history like a crown, not a burden. And Salt-N-Pepa sat there not as stars, but as sisters whose journey was still unfolding.